Hey Sam, how you doing? Got your work up here for your dissecting the ad, and I think this is great. I mean, you're showing really that you understand this assignment, and that's really super important. I recommend doing this to every want ad or every classified ad that you come across in your quest for your job search, your first job in the industry, so to speak. So this is. I hope you realize that. I hope you got the value out of this project. I think this is one. Honestly, I really do. I think this is one of the most important written projects that we will do this session. It works. Let me jump in here and take a look. Now I'm going to go through the ad. I've read all of your your positioning and your strategies, your opportunity statements, and I think that you're doing very, very well. Let me just jump in here. Okay. Now I'm going to go through this and I'm going to show you I'm going to show you some of my observations through the ad. Okay. Event marketing management company is currently seeking a graphic designer to handle a wide range of design related projects from internal creative needs to impactful graphics for our clients. Internal creative meaning that you're probably going to be doing a lot of internal work, not necessarily working. The way that this is worded, it looks like you're going to be doing more internal work on this job than actually working with clients, which is fine. Great. It's great. I mean, it's a different kind of design, but not everybody. I mean, I've got friends who have gone through entire design careers and not once talked to a client because they don't do freelance work. They basically work for a studio where their only interaction really is the liaison, the art director between the design and the client. It's the client themselves. So having a feeling that there's going to be a lot of internal work here. The position includes works like a marketing director and sales in terms of about various forms of creative design, which means that you'll be working cross department with marketing and sales as a designer. Now, I'm not real sure how the department is set up in this organization. It could quite possibly be that the design department is part of the marketing department. Okay, so let's, ideal candidate is an original thinker, innately curious, driven by a desire to continuously learn, and must thrive in a fast-paced environment. I'm surprised you didn't pick up on this, Sam. This is one of the key indicators. And there's one down here that are really key indicators for this. Driven by a desire to continuously learn, must thrive. This means that there's no real job description here for this job. Driven by a desire to continuously learn. To me, that means that it's a very, very small department and that you're going to be multitasking to a very, very high degree. Requirements: previous graphic design experience, Illustrator, Photoshop, digital content, degree in digital. And this is good. You picked up on this, degree. It doesn't say master's. It doesn't say bachelor's. It says degree. Good job picking up on that. Proficiency, availability to work tight deadlines while maintaining quality standards. Really pretty much boilerplate stuff here. Effective verbal and written communication skills. Again, strong communication, creative skills, commitment to customer satisfaction. Attributes: highly collaborative, translate feedback, input, exceptional creative design. Oh, right here. This is the other one. Hold on. Committed to continuous learning, seeking, sharing, applying practices, blah, blah, blah. Thrives in a fast-paced environment, blah, blah, blah. All right. This right here. Self-motivated, willingness to do what it takes, and at times taking on tasks outside defined roles. That's a critical statement right there. I think that means you're expected to work at home. Matter of fact, I'd be willing to bet that that's exactly what that means, that you'll be taking work home with you and working on weekends. Just simply based by do what it takes, and at times taking on tasks outside the defined role. So that's a kind of a loaded statement there. So I'm kind of surprised you didn't pick up on that one too. Look for stuff like that in ads. Okay, look for something where they're kind of saying, okay, yeah, well, this is the ad. You're going to answer it, but then when it comes down to it, this is what this part of the ad means. Okay. let me just kind of back off on this a little bit. So I think you did a wonderful job. I really do. I think you did a fantastic job for your first attempt at dissecting a job, and analyzing a job ad. I think this is really fantastic. The main thing I think you're showing here is I pointed out a couple of things that you missed, and that's expected. The main thing here is that you know how to dissect an ad. You know what to look for, and you're showing that. The ad being something that was a national. Was this a national ad or something that you found on an agency online? Because I remember you telling me that you were having difficulty finding job ads in locally. Now, finding job ads locally that are in actual newspaper classified ads, those are even kind of tougher to dissect because they don't, real estate is at a premium in a newspaper ad, so they're very, very few words. So you really, really got to dissect those. Sometimes, Sam, it's impossible to do this technique. If you find a want ad in your local area, you're going to be all over that. You're not, you might not have time to try to, well, I guess what I'm saying is that you'll have to take that little ad. Like I said, there won't be as much verbiage as here, so you won't have as much to work on. But take that ad and really try to dissect it. Okay, I want to take a look at your cover letter. I think is kind of generic. I think you're designed beautifully. This is much better, so much better. I love the layout of the letterhead. It's so versatile. You'll be able to do everything here from letters to invoices, purchase orders, all sorts of different things you'll be able to use for your freelance business if that's the direction you go. But the point of the matter is that you've designed with versatility in mind. All right. The logo looks much better, Sam. I'm not real sure. Let me zoom in here because I think that you're on the right track with your name in that beautiful all caps sans serif. I don't think that this is strong enough to hold up to this mark here. It's too frail. I'm wondering if you can find a beefier sans serif. Try it. I just see it. Watch what happens when I back off on this. See how it's disappearing? You can see it right here in the R and the P. Literally disappearing. And that's going to happen in print almost to the point where you can't see it anymore. Okay, so think about that. Okay, the cover letter reads awesome. It's great. I think it's a good job. I think it might be a little too generic, but the ad itself was very generic too. So I think you're good. What I want you to do is a couple of things. Number one, dear hiring manager, do not do that unless it is an absolute last resort. A lot of tricks you can do to get that hiring manager's name. If you can personalize this letter, you are ahead of 90% of the cover letters they're going to get for this job. Do some research, do whatever it takes. I've even gone this far. I've actually called companies and said, excuse me, can you give me the name of the person that's responsible for hiring? I'm filling out a cover letter and I'm answering a want application ad, and I would like to personalize the letter. And more times, often than not, they'll be glad to give you the name of that person. And so once you personalize this letter, it's just so much more effective. The other thing I want to mention I think it's a critical mistake is your last paragraph. You don't ever want to give the person a task, and reaching you is a task. Okay. Always in your cover letter, always closing paragraph. I will be in contact with you within the next 5 days or something like that. Do not do this. It'll turn people off immediately. When I see this, Sam, when I get a cover letter sent to my studio, I don't go any further with this. When they ask me to contact them, I don't even look at the resume. And I'm just being honest with you. I do not even move forward because I think that protocol wise, you're asking, the hiring person is the busy one. Presumably, you're looking for a job. You might have a little more time on your hands than they will. So that's exactly how they'll respond to a comment like that. This is good. You're extracting words directly from the ad, and that's good. I think that right now, I think this is reading a little bit too generic, and that's perfectly understood. Sam, you've probably only written a handful of cover letters in your life. So I would say this process of extracting pertinent information from a classified ad, and then developing your cover letter is something that you can practice a few times while you're finalizing your, I don't mean during the class, I mean once we're done, you're looking at logos and you're looking at want ads and classified ads. You can learn how to personalize based on the information in the ad. This one, as I said, I just think it might be a little bit too generic. I'm writing in regards to the job listed posting on Glassdoor.com. All right, first sentence. That's great. Perfect. Get right to the point. The graphic design position you are seeking to fill my needs fits my edge. So immediately your first sentence, you're saying what's in it for you. That's a mistake. You want to say what you can do for the company. Try to keep them up. Remember, think like a hiring manager. The first thing you are doing when you talk to a potential employee, if they talk about them and how this job is good for them, you might go, oh, wow, yeah, this person's a little selfish, I think. Just, you see what I'm saying? So really watch that. Try to limit, and this is really difficult, but try to limit the amount of times you use the word I in your cover letter. As I said, it's super difficult to do, but try to. Just be conscientious about the number of times you use the word I in your cover letter. Okay, I'm going to give you a separate on the resume because I'm already over 10 minutes, okay? All right, great job, Sam. Thank you.